The Nova Guest List Podcast.
With Kieran McGuinness.
The very best in indie, alternative and homegrown music. From the seriously addictive Radio Nova.
Yeah, that's Tomorrow Nostalgia on Radio Nova, and that's Lemoncello, which we've been playing on the show a bit. Gorgeous song from their new album, their second album, Perfect Place. It's a great listen all the way through. It's kind of folky and traddy. It's got a kind of an electronic feel, bit of a synthy thing going on. It's great. It's a great album all the way through. Great listen, very soulful as well. And we're very, very lucky because Laura Quirk from Lemoncello is on the line. How's it going, Laura?
Hello, how are you? Not too bad.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to have you. You just had eggs today. That's all you've had today. And
I panicked.
And so you're full of energy, basically, for a chat about the album.
Yeah, no time for toast, you know what I mean?
Oh, I get you. Yeah, it's busy. No time for toast. That's a T-shirt slogan in the making. So the new album's been out a couple of weeks. How does it feel to have it out?
It's great to have it out. It's a relief to finally get to share music with people. It's also quite exposing, maybe, to release something into the world. And it's sort of a mixed bag of emotion, I think. There's like joy in there and relief, and also anxiety, and maybe just like it's a crazy time because we've been doing a bit of touring, like support slots and stuff in the UK, and it's intense, but it's great, and people have been so nice to us, so it's great.
Yeah. So that's one of the nicest things about releasing an album, isn't it? So I suppose it's a development from the first album, and it's kind of in development in an interesting way. Was that a kind of a deliberate decision, or did you find that it was just sort of happening naturally and you were kind of just going along with it?
I think that it was both in a way. Maybe the deliberate decision was that we wanted the album to be a lot more intentional, like the arc of the album to sort of make sense in a way as a story, and that songs could sort of merge into each other, and we sort of wanted it to have a kind of potent feeling, and that, you know, and let that be kind of a specific thing, which the last album didn't have as much. But the progression of the sound, I think, was probably quite natural, just in terms of like the music that we've made so far was sort of, you know, like we were just making it with what we had, which was cello and a guitar and like voices, what we, you know, the instruments that we started playing with, you know, as kids even. And like, and I think, you know, as you sort of grow and like your music taste changes and your sort of, your interests, like you just kind of want to be exploring as much as you can. So I think that was sort of a natural thing, and like trying to make things interesting for ourselves and not get stuck continuing along the same line or something, you know.
Well, I mean, you talk about the feeling, kind of a unifying feeling. So there's a lot of longing and a lot of desire and a lot of alienation and searching across the album. I mean, that doesn't seem like something you can control, those kind of feelings. But did you just feel like that was the kind of arc of the album that you wanted to happen?
Yeah, I think we had more songs than we put on the album, you know. 10 songs went on the album. Like before that, there was probably maybe 20, 25 songs that we were sort of sifting through and like choosing whether to like go to the end of the arrangement on and stuff. The songs were curated, you know, from the sort of, I'm just kind of finding like mirrors and things, feeling like they were saying not the same thing, but like similar aspects of the same thing, something. I think that the album as a whole kind of is sort of about the space between where like decision is not concluded yet, maybe like a sort of a like surrendering to the in-between state and the precarious sort of uncertain place. So I think that's, we found that as a through line in a lot of the songs. And you know, when the songs were being written originally, like it wouldn't be like you'd be thinking like, oh, I'm going to write a song about this or that or the other. But it seems like that was what was coming up very often, you know.
Yeah, there's lots of memories of places, it seems. You're writing about places you've been, like their memories on the album. And that kind of, you know, in the unconscious, that kind of represents unresolved concerns. And so there's a little bit of a feeling of longing and this kind of feeling of unresolved concerns, like, you know.
No, it's not resolved at all. Nothing's resolved.
Yeah. But
it's all in the questions, yeah.
It's that's across the album, and that's such a nuanced kind of thing to write about. And did you see that theme emerging, or did you just afterwards go, "Oh yeah, that's there"?
Afterwards, afterwards, yeah. It was cool actually, like that. The feeling that there was a through line, you know, like I just got so excited by that. Once we decided, there was one song that was on the album originally, like the album was going to be 11 songs, but we'd have to have like a double vinyl if we had the 11 songs on it. And once we took that track off, I went out on a drive one night. I sort of like played the songs how I imagined the track list to be, and Perfect Place was the last track on that. And after I just like drove out to the sea, and I remember like being out around Clontarf on that, like near Bull Island there, and just looking out and knowing that the album was going to be called Perfect Place, listening to the demo that Claire had sent with the first like a cello arrangement and stuff on it, and like just being like, okay, the album's going to be called Perfect Place. And I had like a little notebook and a pen, and I usually like doodle when I'm listening to music, and the album artwork came in that moment when I was sort of like looking out at the sea, like thinking about the track list and the way that, and it just felt like there was something coming up in these songs that needed to be said, or something, or that the whole thing was an album, which, I mean, I don't know, I get like a bit like woo-woo about all that stuff, but when, you know, I think it's just work and time spent on something, and eventually you do come to a bit of a place where you understand it.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, that's one of the most interesting things about writing sometimes, is that sometimes you're chipping away at something, and sometimes you're channeling something, and you don't always know where the start is and where the end is, and it's really gorgeous to get to the point where you're like, oh, I know what this is about now. yeah.
No, it is, and like you're sort of always trying to follow, you know, just it's an instinct, you know, or like there is a vision, but you never like know exactly what that's going to look like. It's kind of foggy at the beginning, you know.
Yeah. No, it's
really nice when that comes into clear.
Yeah, no, look, it's a gorgeous album, and you know, like there's loads of stuff that I love in it as well. Like there's kind of the band Air. I really like the band Air, and there's a lot of
I love Air. I love Air so much.
Yeah, and there's a lot of that in there as well, which I kind of wasn't expecting, you know. And so it was great. Yeah, it was just
that's
a really
nice. I never would have thought that, but that's a really nice thing to say.
There you go. Anyway, look, it's a gorgeous album. The album is called Perfect Place. The big gig is in the Button Factory on the 25th of September. And best of luck with it, Laura. And thanks for chatting to us today.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, we're going to play a song now from it called Articulate Animal. And this is Lemoncello. Should I be saying lemon? I know I shouldn't, but lemon.
No. La.
I'm just making sure. Lemoncello, Articulate Animal from the album Perfect Place. It's Radio Nova.
The Nova Guest List Podcast with Kieran McGuinness. The very best in indie, alternative and homegrown music from the seriously addictive Radio Nova.